right, I've got two screens going on here. I've got the webinar and I also have the Facebook Live. So I'm just checking both screens are working. Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Can you hear the music as well? Can you see everything clearly? Okay, and also just give me a thumbs up if you're here. Fantastic. Even if you're watching it back, just so that I can see who I've got with me. I can't seem to get onto the class. Okay, somebody's coming through with that. I'm just going to post very quickly on my page. Okay, hi Sue. Nice to have you here. Wonderful. Okay, so is the music too loud? Are we okay? You can see and hear. Thank you, Victoria. Hi, Julie, Kim. Let me know if the music's too loud. Can we hear? Those of you that are watching on webinar, I am also just on another live here at the same time. So I am here, I am with you. Can see you hearing everything. Thank you. Perfect. So I'm just going to sit over here now and begin. And if you can't hear me, I'll check in a moment, okay? Okay, so welcome everyone. Got my little socks on here, nice and cozy at home. Just while everyone's logging on and trying to figure it out. Now I'm back here, can you still hear me? All good? You're in? Great, Tom. Jess, fantastic. Okay, while we're waiting for everyone, you might see this little gadget here. If you don't like incense, but you want to just bring some calm into the house, I have my three favourite aromatherapies: frankincense, neroli and geranium. The safest one if you're worried about kids or pregnancy or anything like that is lavender. So I've got two screens here. So I'll just try and look in between. Of course, you've got the oil burners as well. So that's something to keep going. Put some on some tissue, put them in bed with you if you're struggling sleeping. Hello. So before we begin, I just want to thank you all for being here. It's really my pleasure to be doing this for you. I like to do a very gentle yoga, okay? So it's not about keeping in a certain position, it's just about letting the body and the mind relax, especially when things are tense and the household is tense. It's just about letting the nervous system, the endocrine system, the breath, just have a break, you know, just have some time out from everything that's going on around us, because when we do that, we can build in the strength, we can build more resilience, we feel lighter, we're able to make better decisions, and it actually helps our immune system as well. So I want to give a little shout out to my Bezzy. It's her birthday today, so she's joining me on this webinar / Facebook Live. So shout out to Pen. And you know, Pen's got three little ones at home, and I know that if you can't make it right now, that you can watch this later. And that goes for everyone, you know. If you get interrupted, it's just how it's going to go. So if you do, you know, my little one's on TV right now. Don't feel guilty about the things that you need to do to get some me time. And if your little ones are joining me today as well, then hello, you can definitely do this. It's a gentle one. Just see how it makes you feel. Okay, so we're going to try and slow down the mind, slow down the body, which can feel very strange at first if you're used to being really busy, really hectic. So we're just going to start and get into it. I'm a little bit of a witcherer. I'm going to stop there and just get down to the actual relaxation. Okay. So it's 30 minutes long, and then at the end, we've got 10 minutes relaxation. So let's just begin by closing your eyes. Now, you don't have to sit cross-legged. You can have your legs out. You can sit against the sofa. You can sit on your knees. You can use pillows. You know, make use of what you've got at home. As long as your spine is nice and straight, so we've got a nice flow of energy, we've got room to breathe. And Now, let's close our eyes now. Just breathing normally, you're not changing anything. You're just going to check how the body feels in this moment. There's lots of noise around us, out there and inside. So all we're going to try and do is just turn that volume down. Just a little, or maybe a lot. There's no expectations. You're just giving this a go, and for some of you it's your first time. So the mind might be thinking and questioning, and that's absolutely normal. Let's not try to push away those thoughts or feelings. Just kind of acknowledge them as they come up. And if you want, you can take a deep breath here. And letting go of all of that, just being here in this moment to regenerate, to rejuvenate, recharge, and just come back to yourself. As I said before, there's always the sun above the clouds. Sometimes those clouds are heavy, and we just make them into white wispy clouds, and we just wipe them away, and we'll do that in our meditation later. So we're practicing accepting exactly how we feel in this moment. Let's soften the face. The face holds a lot of tension, frowning, that moves down into our shoulders and our neck. So let's soften the forehead as though you're smoothing out your forehead. You can even visualize a smile on the forehead itself. Deep breath. And beginning to let go. Beginning to even just soften the body or the mind. That's all. Just the intention to relax is all we need in this moment. Soften the jaw. Maybe even scrunch up the face. Move the jaw around. And then relax it. Neutral face. No expression. Deep breath. Release. We're just going to practice one breath before we start to move the body. If you can, place one hand on the abdomen, one hand on the chest, and just feel the belly expanding and rising as you inhale. Balloon, and then exhale. Inhale, balloon, and exhale, deflate. Now when we have something to focus on, it also just helps the mind to anchor. So the mind will wander, that's normal, just bring it back to the movement. And release. You can even count if you want. You can count in for 4. And out for 4. And if you can count for a little longer on your exhale, try that. It does calm the body even more. We'll come back to that a little bit later. So for now, we're just going to keep that breath, relaxing the shoulders. Now just relax your hands down as well. Good. Another deep breath. And starting to let go even more. Let's bring those shoulders in now. So we're inhaling, taking the shoulders up. Exhaling down. So if you're like me, you've got tension in your shoulders, it'll be clicky, it'll be tense, sometimes painful. There's a difference between pain and releasing tension of pain. That kind of pain that doesn't feel right, listen to your body, go with what it wants to do. Now is the time to figure out how you work, what works for you. Regardless of anyone else out there, advice and all the different things, it's about what works for you. And if you want to, be careful of any vases and people around you, but if you want to, I like to open up those arms. So we're slowing down the breath, we're slowing down the movement, inhaling, exhaling. I like to pause my breath in between each one. Inhaling, I pause here, but the arms keep moving, and then I exhale. So from the side, I'm really trying to get like a opening out, open your heart, compassion for yourself, compassion for others. And it's absolutely normal to feel emotion rising through a gentle yoga healing class. Just allow that to come up. We don't suppress our feelings and emotions. They're just there to be released. Emotion means to release. Emotion, to move out. It also helps us to feel free with the physical body. We'll be doing more of this when we come to standing. Let's just pause. Hands can be anywhere that they feel comfortable. Remind our face to be soft. Remind our shoulders to relax. We're creating new habits. Habits that we do here become ingrained into our subconscious. And so they start happening in your real experience. Remind our body to relax. We remind ourselves to pause. We don't need to move into the next posture immediately. We can just enjoy and experience what's happening right now in our body. Maybe we can even just set an intention for our class at this point. What is it that you are here for? How can you help yourself? Do you need to sleep better? To just have some calm? And just allow that to come up into your mind right now. Good. So let's bring some more movement in. So this is what I call the universal breath. We're just having our hands down by our side and just imagining that earth kind of colour, the reds, the oranges and the yellows. That's when we need motivation. That's when we need like the inspiration. And then when we bring our arms to the top, so I'm just showing you for now, we just bring down that cooling blues, the whites, the calm when we need to calm. And we need both. And we need that balance. And that balance can be within the family, it can be within partnerships, and let's just pool on that. So we're inhaling any motivation when we need it, when we're feeling fatigue. We're exhaling down any kind of cooling time, and when we just need to pause. Deep, strong breath, strong arms, inhaling deep into the belly, washing down through the body. Let's do a couple more of these. We're also warming up the arms, the wrists. We're connecting back to a deeper breath if the breath has become shallow over recent times. Let's do one more, inhaling and down. Let's pause for a breath. Deep inhale. And letting that go. Tension seems to move up sometimes. It tries to find a place, and we want to dissolve the tension. We want to release it. So let's draw the chin down to the chest. You can feel that stretching through. Be aware not to arch the body too much. Deep breath here. And then we're just going to do half neck rotations. So to one side, keeping the contact with the chin and the skin. We're inhaling, lifting up a little. Exhaling, dropping down all the way to the other side on the inhale. One more time on each side, in your own time. Just find your own rhythm. And then as you bring the head back down, inhale to center. Deep breath. Good. So dropping just one ear down to the other shoulder, you'll feel a nice stretch down the neck here. Obviously we felt a lot of tension here. Just take that same hand out, so you're lengthening the spine here, lengthening through the neck, and crawl the fingers away. That just brings a little bit more stretch. Try not to crumple down to the side, so we're nice and tall. Take your consciousness into the neck itself. Just visualize the neck dissolving the tension. Nice deep breaths. Sometimes it feels hard to just pause and take things slow. When you're used to being busy, just stay with it. Just see how it feels to just concentrate on something else for a moment. Inhale, center. Exhaling over. The other hand walks away. Deep breaths. Keep the shoulders rolled back. Good. Now while you're there, just relax those hands and take the opposite hand up to the shoulder. Just give yourself a little bit of self-care here. Just where that tension area is. Just feel that lovely feeling down the back, down the arm. Keep breathing. It's another habit that we want to install. Of course, we're breathing all the time, but sometimes we hold our breath when we're feeling tense. Other side. So the more we become aware of this, the more we remember to breathe more deeply all the way through the day. And that just helps release tension from the body and the mind. It's bringing more oxygen in. Deep breath in center. Feeling a more of a softening around the body. Let's roll those shoulders back one more time. Good. Just one more on the floor here to wake up the spine briefly. Very gently, however you're sat, whether you're on your knees or whether you're on the floor here, it doesn't matter. You can even have the legs out a little bit like this if you struggle with your hips. Best thing to do is put lots of pillows underneath you. And if you need a backrest, do that. So we're just going to start waking up the spine and the lower body very gently. So I'm going to take the right hand onto my left knee. I'm not sure how that comes across in terms of the mirror image. And the other hand, so my left hand, is going to the back. Not twisting all the way, not yet. Just here. And then lift for an inhale. And exhale to the other side. Just check how the spine is feeling. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This is called a vinyasa flow when you move with the breath. Exhale. Now we can start to just use the knee as a lever, just to push around a little bit if that feels comfortable. Starting to twist, there's a nice click in my back. Just be mindful of your spine. You can stop or slow it down anytime you want to. Now the next time you get to your left side, you can pause it here. Prop yourself up nice and tall. Chin is parallel to the floor. Hand is on the knee. Inhale, nice and tall. Then pushing round as far as is comfortable for your body. So it's not about straining. It's not about pushing. It's just about seeing. So staying in that position, but seeing if you can take the head round a little bit more, and then the eyes. Relax the neck, relax the shoulders. Inhale, and then come back to center. Pause, let the spine realign as we prepare for the other side. So my right hand is going behind nice and tall. Left hand is on the knee. We're inhaling, and then we're twisting. You're using the arms, but try to relax them as much as possible. Eyes can go further round, exercising those eyes. Then inhale, and exhale here. One deep breath. Just enjoying those pauses, those transitions. Let's do one roll of the shoulders. And down. Now we're coming onto all fours from here. A little bit more with the spine, and the reason for this is because the spine is connected to our nervous system, all our organs, so we're keeping them healthy, but of course the mind as well. the brain. So we're just keeping it nice and flexible, nice and strong. So we've got our hands under our shoulders, shoulder width apart, and we've got our knees under our hips, hip width apart, flat back. We're just going to do the classic cat-cow. So we're inhaling to lift the chin and drop the belly. Try not to arch too much. There's a little bit of that, but not too much. We're opening the throat, we're taking a deep breath. And then as you exhale, round. Okay, so this might feel stiff if you're tense. Tuck the chin in and then move forward once again. Inhaling. And then round. So push the floor with the hands. Really nice for the shoulder tension. Inhaling. Now, if you want to, it's only optional. You can just make that a little bit more intense by bringing the knee to the nose and lifting that leg up. Just keeping your hips square, arms strong. We're just going to swap legs. This is optional, as I mentioned. Exhale, inhale to come up. So I'll give you lots of opportunity to increase it or bring it down. So anytime you want, you can just pause in child's pose. Your arms get stiff. You can have the two fists here, or a block, or the arms down. So let's just all come down together right now into our child's pose. Whatever one you want, pillow under bum. And take 2 refreshing deep breaths here. Just enjoy that. Listen to the body, check in with the body, see how it's feeling. See what the heart's doing. And then come back up onto all fours from here. So as I say, we're working that spine. We're aiming to release tension in the spine. We're holding anxiety and also when we're feeling down. So that's what we're going to do. So we're now going to just come backwards and forward. So be mindful if you've got stiff wrists, as forward as you want to go. Let's move with the breath. So it's inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up. Just find your own rhythm. Go at your own speed. Good. Now we're going to add in the lower half. So just once again, tabletop pose. We're going to shift the weight to the sides. Okay. So from here, we're going to take it over to the left and to the right. Trying to find the best angle for you with this, but I think I'll just stay on the side. Okay. So we're just taking the hips over to the sides. It's also working the arms a little bit as you're doing that. Deep breaths. Now let's blend that together. So we're going forwards to the sides, back to the side and up, like big rotations. Someone's knocking on the door. Okay, opposite direction. Remember those breaths, inhaling up and down. Okay, good. Now let's stay here. If you need to rest, if you want to just bring your arms down, that's absolutely fine. Deep breath. Pause in your child's pose for 1 moment. Sorry. Okay, coming back up onto your all fours from here. Now, we've gone up, we've gone down, we've gone side, we've gone round and round. This is my favourite bit, okay? If you've got the kids with you on this one, they'll like this too. Now we're imagining that their hands and their knees are stuck to the floor, okay? We can't move them, but there's a bee and there's a wasp. And, you know, it may be just landing and we're not scared, but we want to get it off us. Okay, so that's when we bring it all together. Okay, so just go easy, but just get rid of that wasp slash bee. Let's call it a wasp. Okay, off from the body. So just wiggling it all around, getting rid of all that tension. And we've got some more of that coming up as well. Just enjoy that movement. Okay, so from here, I just want you to tuck your toes under. Okay, some of you might be able to get your feet down. Some of you might be on your toes, hugging the knees. We're about to come up into a forward bend. Okay, so if you've got tight hamstrings, if you get dizzy, you can just come straight up to standing. Otherwise, you can keep a deep bend in the knee and just kind of hover over, or a little bend, or a straight leg. Hands can be anywhere. If it doesn't feel right, if it feels too tight anywhere, come up. And remember, there's a difference between releasing the tension and something that doesn't feel right. So I just want you to stay here. Let the head hang. This is about letting go, taking that weight off your shoulders, that responsibility, everything. Just let it go. Let everything just fall out through the head here. And if you want to, you can also just bend one knee and bend the other, because that will just gently open out the hamstrings. And keep breathing. I find this posture really relaxing, but everyone's different. You know, we're not comparing what can you do or what can't you do. It's just about going, yeah, this feels nice for me, or this doesn't feel nice. And that's about leading yourself, your self-empowerment. Okay. So we're slowly going to come to standing in a moment. Just take a couple more breaths while I adjust the camera for you. Okay. So when we come up, we do it slowly. With your breath, a little bend of the knee. Head and neck will come up last. And then roll the shoulders back and down. Deep breath here. Feeling a bit different. Let's do a posture check while we're standing, nice and tall. Knees slightly bent, feet flat on the floor, facing forward. We're not too arched, we're not too forward. Find your neutrality with your pelvis, lifting from the diaphragm, from the ribs. Imagine you've got a torch here, and that torch is lighting the way forwards. But if we're slouching here, it's going straight down onto the floor. So we're standing nice and tall, and I want you to just close your eyes in this moment. Roll your shoulders back, and just notice how that feels in the body. To be standing tall, how it feels, how you feel, calmer, more confident. Take a deep breath in. In this moment here, just allow yourself to slouch. Keep your eyes closed and just collapse one leg, the shoulders, put the head down, and notice how that feels inside of yourself. Now stand tall again. It's different, isn't it? Take a deep breath. Good. So from here, we're going to just throw our tension out. It's one of the things I love to do. I'm going to inhale, and 3 times, we're going to breathe out through the mouth this time. So it'll look like this. It's wonderful, it's wonderful, okay? We'll do it 3 times, and then collectively, we're going to just lift it up and out. Any negative energy, any thoughts that are in your mind, any physical tension, things you know about, things you don't know about, doesn't matter. Everything is going to be released with that intention. So let's take a deep breath in. And again. One more time for us. And once collectively. Inhaling Throwing that away. Nice, feeling a bit more alive. We're just going to pause in the mountain pose with the hands out, with that gesture of receiving, allowing yourself to receive what you need right now. So I want you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, take a moment to thank yourself for being here, for knowing to just press pause, to bring back a little bit of lightness, comfort, connection to yourself. And just ask yourself now, what is it that you would like now? What is it that you would need to help you? And just let that come into your mind. Allow yourself to receive that. And the next deep breath, bring your hands together to heart center and receive it. Deep breath. Knowing that you have strength. Strength sometimes means weakness, but it's still allowing yourself. Weakness is also strength. It's allowing yourself to be you, to having those emotions that come up, to acknowledging them, to letting them pass through however they need to bring yourself calm when you need it, to understand that we are all different, we all work in different ways, we all move in different ways, and we all need different things. So to go inside and find out what that means for you, and that that's okay, and to acknowledge the differences in others. So take another deep breath. On the next inhale, taking the hands up, and then the arms down, nice and slow. We're preparing for our meditation. So we're going to bring in the breaths for 4, in for 4 and out for 8. Let's do that now. Inhaling for 4 and out for 8. And if 8 feels too long for you, you can always try 5 or a different number. Inhaling and exhaling. One more time, and then we'll come down to the floor. You can either just come all the way down to the floor, or you can take your hands out on your toes and just do a little bit of work for the thighs as we count down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're ready for our meditation. First of all, we just need to ease out the back. So just come into a lying position while I adjust the cameras once again. Hello, lovely, happy birthday. Okay, coming down to the floor now. Let's have both knees bent, feet a little apart, roll yourself down, knees resting on one another, pelvis tipped to the face, arms out at shoulder height, roll the shoulders under, and take 2 refreshing breaths here. Good. Bringing the knees in and just rocking from side to side if that feels nice. Breathing nice and deep. And when you feel ready, you can get yourself into a laying position, or you can sit ready for our meditation. Okay. So we've relaxed our body, we've relaxed our mind. And let's remind ourselves to just soften the face for those that are joining for the meditation part. Inhaling and exhaling, softening the face, neutral expression. If you want to, you can scrunch your face up again and then bring it back to neutral. Another roll of the shoulders. And we're just going to continue with the breathing in for 4, nice and deep into the belly. The belly expands. And as we exhale, it deflates completely. Inhaling like a balloon, expands as the air comes in and then deflates. You can practice that counting in for 4 and out for a little longer than the inhale. And the mind may wander here and there, and that's normal. Don't beat yourself up for that. We're all the same. Our mind wanders. Instead, just acknowledge when your mind has wandered. Praise yourself for noticing, because awareness is everything. With awareness, we can make new choices. With awareness, we know what's right for us, and we can start to trust ourselves, confidence in ourselves, knowing that there is no right or wrong. There is just only your own truth. And when we feel this, when we accept ourselves, when we allow ourselves to have that self-love and compassion, then we feel it more for others as well. So just take a moment to be okay with whatever you're feeling. If you're struggling to relax, if your mind is all over, it's absolutely fine. Instead, just step back and watch all of that as though from a different perspective, from your higher self. Just observing and saying, yes, I know. But I also know what is right for me. I know deep inside, even if that is not clear right now, I trust that the answers will come. I trust that everything will flow. And by bringing myself back to peace, back to stillness, back to calm within my own body, allowing my nervous system to relax, my endocrine system to relax, that I can think clearly. I feel calmer, I act calmer. And I know my trigger points when I need to just press pause. So allow yourself now, give yourself permission to just let go. You can begin by softening the muscles of the body. Just seeing if there's anywhere in the body now that you can soften further. Enjoying the natural rise and fall of the breath, the lightness, the stillness. You can take a deep breath whenever you want to. And in your mind's eye now, just visualizing or imagining, looking up to the sky in your mind's eye and just noticing that sometimes there's heavy clouds, dark clouds, grey skies. But if you go even higher, if you move through these clouds, just like traveling on an aeroplane, you can see the sun. The sun is always there. It's only the clouds that block us from seeing the sun. It's always shining. This is your true soul. This is you inside when you reconnect back to you. As you're feeling even just a glimpse of that right now in your own body, in your mind, and that is enough. Praise yourself for that. Thank yourself for just pausing, whatever you're experiencing. And now just visualize or imagine that those clouds are just being blown away now by the wind, just moving over a mountain somewhere, leaving behind a beautiful blue sky. Wispy clouds come from time to time. Just visualizing or imagining now that the fingertips are there on the blue sky like a canvas. And that you can just wipe away those wispy clouds even and clear out the whole sky to be blue and to be shining. And that sun is shining onto your skin. It's the perfect temperature for you. Fresh, outdoors, the sounds of nature. Maybe you start to recognize where you are. Maybe it's your own garden, or maybe it's somewhere outside that you love to go. Could be from the past, or it could be somewhere that you've just imagined yourself perfect in your own mind. Just take a moment to breathe this in. Sounds, the ambience, how you feel about yourself. Fill yourself with this beautiful energy, this healing energy in every single cell of your body. Nourishing you, giving you vitality, strength, lightness, optimism. And enjoy this moment in silence for a little while. Keep that sun, that radiant energy, that true you inside, that connection to you, that knowing that there's always peace within. And anytime you need to, you can just simply close your eyes, reconnect back to you, back to your breath. Trust yourself, trust the flow. And in a moment, I'm going to be counting you back from 1 to 3. By the time I reach 3, you'll be feeling back in the here and now and grounded. Just feeling even something subtly different in the mind or the body. Feeling ready, refreshed, feeling good. Beginning with 1. We're just thinking about coming back to the here and now. And with 2, a little bit more aware. We're taking in the sounds and sensations, feeling the floor underneath our body, maybe wiggling fingers and toes. Taking a new deep breath in of everything that we need right now and letting go of anything else that we don't need. And 3, back in the here and now. Stretching the body if we need to. Thinking, yeah, I'm going to make myself a drink, or I'm now going to do that thing that I was going to do, or now I feel ready, vibrant, refreshed. And I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know how you feel, how you are, and I'll be back again. You can watch this anytime. It's going to be recorded, so I'll send you it. And in the meantime, send me what you need. Send me your requests, your preferred style, anything. I can help where I can. And namaste. The light in me sees the light in you. Bye for now. You're most welcome. You too. Bye, Sue. Have a wonderful birthday, Pen. I'm still on. I do this. Bye bye, everyone.